Hi and welcome to High on Coding Videos. This is your host Mohammad Azam, and this is the second part of creating a ASP.NET MVC wizard. If you haven't checked out the first part, I highly recommend that you do so because this part is created on the previous part. Okay, I won't be coding that much in this particular part. What I will do is I will show you how you can persist the state of your object or the input that you have when you are moving in the wizard control from step 1 to step n. Okay, all the code used in this particular screencast came from the Pro ASP.NET MVC book by Steven Sanderson, and that's by A Press. If you have not checked out that book, I highly recommend that you do so. Let's go to the basic details. One of the things that I added is the serialization utility.serialize, and what this is going to do is to serialize the model, okay, which in this case is a customer, okay, and the name of the hidden field in this case is customer, which is the key, and it's going to serialize the whole thing and from a last format of which I'm going to show you over here. And this is the same kind of like a serialization technique that is used in the web forms view state model. Okay, so if you're familiar with that, we're going to do the same thing over here and put it in the hidden field, okay, which was supposed to be called view state. So what we're doing is we are serializing it, the model, okay, whatever changes in the model, we send it to serialization, and the serialization actually happens in the controller itself. So we have a on action executing. So when the action is currently being executing, it's going to check that if there's a customer it's already present in the form, which means the hidden field is there. If it's not there, it's going to check the temp data, which is used to store temporary data. If it's not there, then it's going to create a customer. So the first time when you're going to fire the serialization process, it's going to create a new customer, okay, and it's going to try to update the model. Try update model is a controller action, and what it does, it doesn't really throw an exception if there's any problems in updating the model. Okay, so it's going to try to update the model, and true will be returned if the model got updated, or else false will be returned. Later we are saying that the on result executed, which means that after the action has been executed, we will like to store the updated customer into our temp data. So what we are doing it over here. The basic details and the address details which we implemented in the last example are identical. There's nothing changed except for that we are passing the updated customer because we need to fill in those fields. We need to fill, let me go over there and run it. So you will see that there's a first name and last name field in the basic details, which is this page, and there is, if I go to next, so if I type my name and go to next, this will be the address details which have the street, city, and state, okay, and I can fill any information over here. So I can go next, which will basically end, and I can go back. So let's go back, and you will see that since the customer, the view is passed, which is right over here, okay, so since the view is actually passed and also the views are passed over here, it goes over to the deserialization and it try to update the model. When you update the model, it reflects on the UI or the views or on the view, and it updates using the fields like first name and last name. Let's go forward now, and you will see that the street, city, and state, these fields are now blank, but we did fill these fields a moment ago. Now the reason is simple. Let's go and view the source. You'll see that the ID or the name of these fields is street, city, and state, but if you go and check out the actual object, which is in the different business objects, and of course these have to be marked serializable, and address is also serializable. You will see that I'm referring that address object using the home address. Okay, so that's the name of the property. So in order to reach the address object from the customer, which is our main object, what I need to do I need to say over here home address dot, and I have discussed this in one of the previous screencasts, which is about model binding. If you haven't checked that out, do so, and build this application. And let's go ahead and go back, and let's see. So, and let's go to front, type something, go back, and go to front again. So see, now they are being populated, and if you go and see the view source, you will actually see the view state. So this view state basically represents our object customer. Okay, it represents the customer first name, it represents the last name, it also represents the address object. So all that is right over here in the hidden field. And you can also see that now you have a home address dot street, home address dot city, and home address dot state. And that is how you're going to reach the street, city, and state from the customer object, which you are actually serializing. That's pretty much it. I am going to write article on this and will host on High on Coding. If you haven't checked out the website, here is a link. High on Coding. The first article has already been published, so you can check it out. It's not as lengthy article as you might expect, but it covers all the details. And in the next article, I'm going to show you that how you can persist the state. Okay. I hope you like this video. If you have any suggestions, if you have any comments, any feedback, you can always email me at azamsharp@gmail.com. If you want to sponsor, if you want to donate for High on Coding, because all these screencasts, it takes a lot of time and dedications, and if you want to donate something to High on Coding, you can email me at azamsharp@gmail.com. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for more screencasts.